Hello students, in this video we will be seeing Data Link Layer Introduction and Link Layer Addressing, a topic from Unit 2. The data link layer is responsible for controlling the transfer of frames across the media. Now we will see about link layer addressing. Normally IP addresses will act as an identifier at the network layer. However, in an internetwork such as the internet, we cannot make a datagram reach its destination only using IP addresses. The source and destination IP addresses define two ends, but it cannot define which links the packet should get passed through. In this picture, we can see that Alice is present at the node N1 and he is having an IP address N1. He is sending a data to Bob, who is present with an IP address N8. The data will be passed through various frames and switches through the link numbers L1 to L8. We can see here that the data will be having an sender IP address as well as receiver IP address. But when it passes through a frame, it will additionally have an link address L7 and L8. Like that, L5 and L4 will be added when it passes through the next frame, and likewise L1 and L2 will be added when it passes through the next frame through the switches. We'll see about three types of addresses. The unicast, multicast and broadcast link layers addresses were used mostly in the common LAN Ethernet, which are 48 bits, that is totally of 6 bytes, that are presented as 12 hexadecimal, which is separated by colons. A unicast message is only sent to one node on the particular network. The second digit needs to be an odd number. To differentiate it from the unicast and multicast, the unicast should have a second digit as an odd number. Next one is multicast. Messages are sent to a group of stations. Here also the second digit, however, needs to be an even number in hexadecimal format. Third type is broadcast, where the messages are sent to all the nodes present in the network. Next, we will see about Address Resolution Protocol ARP. Anytime a node has an IP datagram to send to another node in a link, it has the IP address of the receiving node. However, the IP address of the next node is not helpful in moving a frame through a link. So, we need a link layer address of the next node. This time where we need an address resolution protocol, which becomes very useful. Now we will see the operation of ARP. Initially, when a system A wants to send a message to system B, it will send a broadcast message to its neighboring nodes present in that network. So, which system is requesting for that particular message will accept that message and it will send a reply message to the message which is being sent. So, after this particular connection is getting established, it will start to send the message through unicast mode. Next, we will see about ARP packet. The ARP packet is a 32-bit packet which consists of hardware type, protocol type and so on. As the name implies, the hardware type field defines the type of the link layer protocol. For Ethernet, the type is given as 1. Next field is the protocol type field, which defines the network layer protocol. Next, the source hardware and source protocol addresses are variable length field defining the link layer and network layer addresses of the sender. The destination hardware and destination protocol addresses field defines the receiver link layer and network layer addresses. An ARP packet is encapsulated directly into a data link frame. The frames need to have a field to show that the payload belongs to an ARP and not to the network layer datagram. Here we show the demonstration of ARP request and response. A host with IP address N1 and MAC addresses L2 has a packet to send to another host with IP addresses N2 and physical address L2. As we have seen in the previous slide, here in this picture we can see that the hardware type, packet type, hardware length, protocol length has been implemented in ARP request message. So the data will be having a message along with this ARP protocol details. After getting the request from the sender side, the receiver will start to send a reply message with the same ARP packet format. Fine, we have come to the end of this topic. We will see the next topic in the next video. Thank you.